Man, so he wants everyone to hear it. Yeah, I can hear it from man.
Yeah, it's some ASMR.
Just gotta mix it up a little bit. That's what you do.
Don't do that. Don't do that into the mic, man. That's gonna be an awful listening experience.
Woo! All right, woo. Wow.
We all Gucci?
Gucci, pal. How are you?
All good, man.
I'm proud of.
Tired, great weekend.
Why was your weekend? Great.
There's a heat wave in the UK.
Yeah.
Watched a great film.
Oh,
Or not so great film. Who knows?
Who knows?
great.
You'll find out soon.
Yeah, you'll find out soon.
You thought it was
On the next
great.
episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, great film. Hus, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Fresh off this weekend. And YouTube Legacy Party and every other party in the world.
Okay. We didn't
popular,
ask
innit?
for a
It's-
I'm not gonna lie, man.
show off
I don't
this
care.
time.
It's been good.
You get invited everywhere.
First of all, I was a glorified +1 for for the past couple of days. I can't even lie. Well, it's been wonderful. It's been good. It's been good to see some people. Have a great time. All that. My highlight was I spoke to Kalani, my babes.
Kalani.
I spoke to Kalani,
Babes.
bro. We were leaving the club, and she was like, she saw.
Hold on. Okay, go on.
First of all, it was like a after party club with K1. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, paint my nails. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then we left, and then she saw Ayame, and she was like, Miss Thang, I love you. Da, 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 da. And she came over, and then she was like, that Yuval stuff, got me like locked in. Da, da, da. And then Ayame, she graciously went, well, he actually wrote it and stuff, and she was like, boy, you got me locked in, bro. And I was like,
That's a W lay. I'm not.
I want to marry. What's a W up right there?
It's a W lay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. She is fire, bro. Her abs are genetically built. Like, they weren't moving. It was this. Like, it was rock solid, fam. Did you get me?
A compliment or not?
Nah, yeah.
Genetically built.
I'm not sure. But some Arab, yeah. But it was fun, man. It was a fun weekend.
Okay, good.
Manny, how was yours? How's yours been? Because it's not technically over yet.
It's alright. We're wearing black, to be fair. I haven't done anything this weekend apart from I went wireless on Friday.
Oh, how was that?
It's alright.
Cool.
It was good. It was good. I don't ever want to see Party Next Door perform again.
He's arse, right?
His cheeks, bro.
Bro, he's so arse, bro.
It's actually cheeks. And the worst
Being
thing was,
arse and cheeks is crazy.
Yeah, that's
both,
a
bro.
joke.
And it's not the thing where
Yeah,
it's not a thing where it's a double negative that makes it positive. It's just awful. Like he was
is dead.
using auto tunes and backing vocals.
Yeah.
He's like, at your big age, perform.
Did he wear
He can sing as well. Supposed to anyway.
Yeah, well, puffer coat.
You wore a puffer coat. You know?
My brother's like, he didn't even do
In this-
flipping. He didn't even change his clothes when he came back out. I know he's stinking inside there.
Yeah. Bro.
Yeah, it was cool, man.
Cool.
It was cool. I
How was
wasn't
yours?
drinking. I was
Oh,
holding
sorry.
a rosé bottle though. When Marvin's room came on, and obviously starts off with a cup and a rosé. It's like, yeah, I'm on a rosé bottle. That was
Not nice.
interesting.
Timing.
Yeah, interesting. Very much. I think I would enjoy it better if I actually drank alcohol that day.
Do you think, like, because on Friday when I thought I just didn't enjoy the day because it was too hot. Like, I actually think that the heat wore me out. But like Saturday was still hot, but it was better.
Okay.
But like Friday, I was like, bro, like, by like 6,
I can
was
imagine.
So tired.
I can imagine Saturday being better because it's a festival. I just can imagine like rap songs just sounding better during a festival. Just more high energy.
That's a good.
I can imagine that being better. And because one of the issues, like with Drake, he often leaves out words for the crowd to sing.
Yeah.
So if you don't know every single word, it's just
silence.
feels like you're just doing karaoke. But sometimes felt like that. But especially with his new stuff, not everybody knew all the songs to Some Sexy Song For You. So it feels like there's a lot of gaps. But I feel like with the rap one, a lot of people probably would engage with it a lot more.
Yeah, like he mixed some crazy songs together. Like he just went.
I can imagine.
Like he just went back to back to back to back. It was nuts. But when he did get to the new stuff, he only done like 2 songs.
No, he done like 6 or 7. What are you talking about? Of Some Sexy Song For You?
No, on the thing, it's Saturday.
Oh, Saturday or Friday?
It's Saturday.
Okay, was it Saturday?
Yeah. Saturday he done because obviously that's a majority
R&B song.
R&B album, innit? So
Yeah. I'm upset he didn't do any songs for Nothing Was the Same though. I was waiting for Own It. I was waiting for what else is R&B on there that I wanted to? Hold On, We're Going Home. From Time.
Kinda ish.
No, From Time's not R&B, is it?
no,
Nah, it's more rap to be.
Yeah. But Own It,
The hook though, the hook from time.
I can't remember how it goes, but I'm sure.
Jenny Acker, innit?
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I was hoping for more. Nothing was saying R&B. The motion is something I was really looking forward to.
Oh,
Would have been.
That was slapped, but
Those kids were on that
Connect.
shit. Oh yeah.
Connect.
how does Connect go?
The one where he's like, I'm swanging.
Oh, yeah. That's all you had to say. Yeah.
That's true.
Good time, cool. Well, we've got an important film to talk about today, to be fair. It's a film that has a lot of pressure on it due to the whole rebooting of the DCU, if you like. James Gunn has taken over. This is his first official sort of cinematic release. So I know he had Creature Commandos and he had Peacemaker
Yeah.
with John Cena. But this is his first cinematic release. It comes at a time where, you know, you're going to get a huge division, as we've seen already, amongst fans of DC, in terms of sort of Snyder Boys versus James Gunn. You've got Marvel versus DC. You've got people that are maybe just a bit tired of superhero movies as a whole as well. So there's like so many factors that go into why this film is important. Going into it, how are you guys feeling about James Gunn's Superman? Open floor.
Optimistic.
Yeah.
Like super optimistic. I think that the marketing has been really, really good. I think that Gunn is a different type of studio, CEO, where he's a lot more open, obviously online and stuff like that. So even prior to even knowing the cast or knowing anything, just knowing that he was going through the process was like, was super nice. Obviously the cast announcements and all of that, like I think it was all done tastefully. So I think because of that and because of Gunn and who he is and what he's done, I was like super optimistic. But obviously it was going away from the Snyderverse dark tone stuff. So I thought maybe younger audience might not have it, but yeah, I was excited.
Yeah. I initially kind of like avoided everything just because of how the Snyderverse ended and whatnot. I was like so down on it, and I avoided everything up until like I saw a trailer when I was trying to watch Sinners at the time, and then that trailer immediately brought me back, and I was just like, oh. I will also say like Nicholas Hoult, his casting, like we'll get into the actual performances later on, but like his casting did raise an eyebrow in the sense of like not in a bad way, but like because I do like him as an actor. I liked him in X-Men. I liked him in that one series that he did, which I'm forgetting the name, the kind of like the period piece. It's on Netflix, I believe. But anyway, like he's a fantastic actor, and I was just like, okay, cool. Like I am interested to see where this is going. So
Yeah.
Manny?
Didn't really care.
Yeah, didn't give a
Yeah. So to be fair, I think when I saw one of the first trailers, I was like, do you know what? They might have me, because I actually really did like the one of the first Superman trailers. But then after a little while, didn't care anymore. So heading to the film, it's like obviously watching it because it's a big blockbuster film. We have a podcast. I'm gonna need to talk about it. But
It's my job.
I have to do this.
Honestly, I didn't like if I wasn't doing a pod and I missed it, how I felt at the time, I don't think I would have cared that much. This is based on how I felt before the film.
And how do you feel now?
Oh, so glad I watched it.
Oh, really?
So I really, really enjoyed that film.
Okay, talk to us more. Tell us more.
I'm not gonna go too deep into why I liked specifically about the film, because I'm sure that we're gonna talk about it. But like, if I'm thinking about other superhero films from over the last 15 years, I feel like this feels like very much like it took like pages off a comic book, like right away. It's very colorful. It's very fun. It doesn't take itself seriously, and you can tell that from the tone, like from pretty much early on. Like some of the decision making in the film is ridiculous, but it makes sense to me based on the tone that it was set. Like I wouldn't expect some of the things that have happened in this Superman film, if it happened in the Batman film, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't have been happy with it just because of the tone of the film itself. The direction was great. I think that we had some really great shots, especially with Lex Luthor specifically. He has quite a lot of scenes where I don't know if James Gunn purposely decided to be a bit more creative and a bit more experimental with some of the shots of Lex Luthor, but he done that quite a few times, especially with the perspective of going back and forth with him in a different character or different people in the scenes. But yeah, man, it was fun. It was entertaining. It was fun. The cast, like, can't remember the last time, maybe apart from, which is kind of not ironic, but it's funny, apart from Galaxy of the Guardians, can't remember coming out a comic book film liking that many characters and be like, I'm looking forward to seeing these characters more often in the future. But yeah, that's my initial thoughts coming out of the cinema.
Rest of you?
Yeah, can't really add on. Pretty much the same. Like, I think.
Okay, first question then is, what stood out to you about the film?
Literally just to piggyback on Manny, like, it felt like a comic book. Like, I think, and I was as soon as I finished the film, like, I was telling kids that, like, this is what I feel like Superman should be. Like, it's almost kind of like his character from the comic books and whatnot. It had the right.
Are you like a comic book?
Not a comic book guy, but like I try to tune in like every now and again. But like from like especially like from the cartoons and like comic books, like what kind of character Superman is. I thought that this Superman kind of like exemplified it the most, where it's just like, this is, at the end of the day, this is just like and I was telling you this when we had the conversation a little bit last week, where it's like, I need a Superman that's a little bit corny but in a good way.
Okay,
that makes sense. And I feel like we got that, where he's just like a nice guy trying to do good things, and I feel like we had the perfect version of that on screen, where like his niceness, like you like on surface, like you think that there's not much to his character because he's like, oh, I'm just a good guy, but and which goes into James Gunn's writing within that, right? Like with kind of like just that level of surfaceness, he was able to kind of like build so much deepness within that character. Like, why is he so nice? Like, you know, with his message from his parents, like, you know, you're here to do good, be a kind human being, like just be good for all of humanity, which kind of like even message wise is just such a kind of like, I don't want to say profound or anything like that, but like, I mean, I guess it is profound, like as simple as it is, but it's kind of like a thing where it's just like, we actually should be nicer to kind of like all of humanity and do our best at all times, and like
give people the benefit of doubt.
Yeah, kind of like just
hope.
Give hope, and then which is what Superman kind of like symbolizes at the end of the day,
literally.
And I think David Corenswet,
that's the man.
Yeah, I think his portrayal of that is, because I think what one thing is like goes to the casting as well, like, and Manny's already mentioned it as well, like the fact that James Gunn can bring a collection of characters that we want to see on screen, and we'll definitely get into kind of like the entire cast in a moment, but just to focus on David, I think that he was perfectly casted for it. Like, his face is nice enough to be like, oh, this looks like a kind guy, if that makes sense. Like the way he kind of like just presented himself as Superman, like his tone of voice as well, and like his back and forth with Nicholas Hoult as Luthor, where Luthor is trying to sound so menacing, but at every turn, like, you know, Superman just sounds nice, disarming. While he does take him seriously, he does never kind of like see him as, like, he always sounds like he sees hope within him. If that makes sense. Right. And I absolutely loved that, and his performance of that was incredible. Cool, in my opinion.
Was anything different that works for you that hasn't already necessarily been mentioned, without, you know, going too deep into territory?
I think like the almost what Manny was saying, but like the world building was like very different. Obviously, you know, naturally we're going to compare it to the previous DC stuff, to Marvel, to, you know what I mean? Okay, to X-Men, you know what I'm saying, to different things where we've been given like you know a whole thing, a whole world. I think what Marvel done with Iron Man with the first one was that if they didn't give him a world, they were like, yo, this is his story now, and the world is building, right? Whereas like in this film, you come into it and it's like, you can tell the world has already been lived in. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so everything from the people that we're very comfortable with, there being monsters there, you know. But there was a whole dimensional demon there, and these men are just lips in some building, like as if nothing's happening, right? Yeah. So they're already past their like Avengers New York phase. Okay, people are very used to this being, and so it felt like pages from a comic book, like, and I feel like that was, or is, like so risky, you know, from James Gunn, and I wasn't confident, in that a universal audience would appreciate that. Do you know what I'm saying? And then also at the same time as well, like I was like, how can that translate well into a whole universe, into like a multitude of thingy films? Because then it will kind of feel like a cartoon. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel like anything that can be kind of related to. But James Gunn cut through all of that. And kind of, I think with the cast and with the tone and with everything, he done a really good job. He done a really good job. I still think that it is ridiculously risky, and I think that the next couple films is going to be like a test to how this world looks, because it is very, like, guys, he introduced like 10 characters, and I think 5 of them have spin-offs. So like I know that. So like I think Hawk Girl's got a series. Lantern has got a series. Yeah, but if he like if he's Supergirl as well. Like there's a lot of characters that he introed in this film, which is like not a really normal thing. So he took a huge risk, and I think at the moment it's paid off. But I'm not as excited as everybody. I fuck with it. I think it's a really good film. I just feel like people are gassed right now. But can I see this being like a 10 movie project, or maybe I'm just not appreciating the film for what it is now? But yeah, that's my thoughts.
Cool, man. You're like you're the story man, I guess. I mean, you're a lover of just stories as a whole, right?
Yeah.
What did you make of the screenplay from James Gunn for this one?
It wasn't very extensive. I felt like it was pretty much contained within the story of his, I guess, not necessarily finding his humanity, but also understanding that as much as he wants to be like humans, he's not. He's very much a superhero. There's people doing X, Y, and Z. Even the conversation that he has with Lois Lane, and in terms of him just like, I just wanted to save people, but you also need to understand the how this looks in comparison to what other people are capable of and what they might perceive you're capable to do and are willing to do. So I think the writing in terms of like the story itself wasn't that extensive. It was more so character writing, which I really did appreciate. The relationships that he tried to create with each character as individuals and within groups as well, because I didn't expect to see Mr. Terrific have so many scenes and so many lines. And
I was happy about that,
very, have that many interaction with Lois Lane specifically as well, and also with the rest of the what do you call them? Justice Gang?
Justice Gang,
Justice Gang, and also his interaction with Superman, Lex Luthor's interaction with the people that he works with, and his interaction with Mutant Toll Mutant, whatever my guy called her, the woman.
Eve.
Well, Eve.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mutant Toes.
Mutant Toes. So yeah, I like in terms of like actual story writing, I don't think it was that extensive, but I don't think that was the point of the film. I think it was more focused on being emotionally driven and character focused, which I really did appreciate. And I think they know what James Gunn knowed in the head with that one.
Do you remember we had the conversation like 2-3 weeks ago with Elijah, and we were talking about how like in Man of Steel and these things, like he's supposed to be this like protector of Earth and whatever, and there was so much like destruction he was going through, people were dying. Do you know what I mean? Okay, it was very dark and very this film, I'm so glad that we had a conversation, because this film was Superman. Like, brother, he said the squirrel. He saved the squirrel.
That's my point. Like he was like
fucking squirrel.
He's trying to save anything
and every time there was like a monster leaning on like a building, he'd go and be like, ha ha. Do you know what I mean? Okay, like that's what I'm saying. Address it. They addressed it early on. Like, yo, like he's not here to cause massive destruction. And then they even still addressed it in the I was about to say the Daily Bugle, the Daily Planet, right? Yeah. Where they go in and then who's the guy again? Jimmy, yeah. Jimmy's like, oh, yo, obviously, like, he's like, oh, yo, he saved everybody, but there's around 20 to like 30 million, in damages. Yeah, but that damages is like the roads and the plants and shit. That's calm, bro. But at least they're addressing what is going on as like a humane thing, even though it is a ridiculous, situation. But yeah, like I thought it was really good. Yeah. Oh, guys, how about you, mate?
What's the question?
The question is, what are your thoughts prior and what are your thoughts now?
Prior, I didn't give a shit.
Really?
Fairs. I hear it.
Yeah, I've just never really cared for Superman as a character.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just never really been interested. More of a Batman guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, out of the two,
but-
I don't think it's crazy to say that.
Yeah, same. But does that make you like a default almost fan of Superman?
A default fan of it.
Yeah, because it's the same universe. Just
As in, I should kind of still be interested.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. I don't think I am though.
No, I think if you mention somebody like, I don't know, Catwoman, that applies more because they're in the same universe. They're not necessarily always interacting with each other. Don't make you a default fan of Superman.
Batman,
okay.
Superman are
Yeah,
ridiculously tired.
I know, but you can tell a whole Batman story without ever
Mentioning Superman.
But that's not because of the characters. It's because that Batman is he's such a fifth dimensional character that you can do something so simple with him, or something like mad fucking
Something bold.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, sorry. And then how for now?
It's a good movie.
I don't think we appreciated that one enough.
Yeah,
That was a really good one.
Yeah, it was quite
It
good.
was
That's
good.
actually
It was
very
good.
good.
That was
That
very
was
good. That was
Quite
very
early
good.
as well.
That was,
Yeah,
that was top
literally.
tier. That
So-
was top tier.
Let's just sit a moment and appreciate
One
that.
moment,
You
moment
know
of
what?
silence.
Yeah, moment of silence.
Do it again. Everyone laugh.
Yeah.
No. Let me. I think it's a good movie. I didn't like step out of it mind blown. I think a lot of people will resonate differently to the film based upon how much I think they have to appreciate either one, the character, or sort of two, what James Gunn brings to cinema and what he brings to his characters and his storytelling and his world building. I've never necessarily been I've said it before on the pod.
Yeah.
Never been a big Guardians guy. The films are good.
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
the
You have
films.
said that. Yeah.
But
we literally talked about
Like
it.
the whimsical, wacky, quirky sci-fi stuff. I've never really been a big fan of it. And
interesting.
I think you can see a lot of that
In
from
Superman.
Suicide
For
Squad
sure.
and Guardians here. So if that works for you, I can see why you have this film as a 4.5 out of 5 or a 5.
But see, that's my point, guys, and obviously to yours as well. Are we going to get that for the whole universe? Because that's the difference. Okay, like Feige's style is, I want a story to be told. The way it's told is usually the writers and the directors, but he wants a specific, character to tell this story. If you can get me this character to get here, do your thing. Okay, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas I feel like James Gunn is so specific in his art because he's an actual director, he's an actual writer, he's an actual producer. That is he gonna dictate how all of these films and all of these series are gonna look? Because bro, Peacemaker, fucking what's the other one? The series
Creature Commandos? Or?
Yeah. Like they've all got a wacky tone to them. Do you know what I'm saying? So what I just don't. Well, obviously I'm being. But I just don't think. I just don't think it's gonna work across
Every
10
single-
films, bro. Suicide Squad is the same thing as well. As in the
I do hear it. I would argue, especially with Creature Commandos as well. Like the point is, like these,
No, I hear it,
misfits
but
and
he
stuff
keeps
like that.
picking stuff like that, right? And then we all of the kids. While I'm talking, could you look at the confirmed
That's what I'm
releases?
I was going to tell you that,
Because we're getting, we mentioned it earlier. Well, not here, but before. We're getting a Bane versus Deadpool. Not Deadpool.
That's not like
Deathstroke?
the what do you call it? The date for that isn't confirmed.
Okay.
So the ones that are confirmed, I'm trying to get up. So it's Supergirl is next. Clayface. Now I think it's Clayface is the one where it's gonna be a dark horror.
It's got a horror director.
So my point I was gonna say to what you're saying is I think that kind of says that then no, innit?
He says that the films in the DC universe will each have their own tone, which I think is fair play to him.
Yeah.
Whether you can still pull that off, because whatever we do, we all have our personal touches and biases. Even if we have a distinct vision for something,
Of course.
I think our imprints on how we create or how we speak or whatever we do, they will always still have that element of us in it. And I think that's why art is great when you put yourself into it. But it can also be a drawback for some people. I might not be the target audience for some of his films, especially the Superman. I still like Superman. I gave it a 7 out of 10 or a 3.5 out of 5. I think it's a good film. But there are some people who just appreciate what James Gunn brings to cinema more than I will.
Yeah.
Saying that, the characters are great. I had a good time. I think this, one of my favourite scenes was fairly on in the movie, and I've spoken about it already with Clark and Lois. That was like my favourite scene from the movie. But that probably speaks to what I like from a movie, where some people might like when Superman's did the red laser eyes and started spinning up in the air. People just want different things from the movie. So.
He also didn't. If we're talking about just him now, as Superman,
James Gunn. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Superman. Like, and with the depiction of that, you know, like I think he wasn't. I know that we got the backstory where it was like, yo, he's been here for 20 years. He's been Superman for 3 years. Well, I think publicly, you know, and I guess Lex has been obsessed with him for 3 years. Wait.
Since that time, yeah.
I don't think Superman for us gave us an example of how strong he was at any point. Like, I don't think we saw that. I think in Man of Steel there was like certain scenes. I remember in Justice League, not Darkseid, the guy that was like beefing everybody.
Oh, Steppenwolf.
Yeah. Steppenwolf was dragging the Justice League like dogs, right? And when Superman just turns up here, he punches him, and his face doesn't even move. Do you get me? In that moment, you go aura. I mean, like, yo, the farm was there, fam.
And then like he blows the axe in it.
Yeah, he blows that.
It just breaks.
It just breaks. Like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't a moment for me where David's
Corn sweat.
Yeah.
Current sweat, yeah.
Current sweat. There wasn't a moment where I was like, raw, Superman. You know what I mean? Even when the guy threw the can at his head, his head kind of moved. And I was like, brother, come on.
That might have been more of like anger than it actually...
Yeah, I hear you, but there wasn't one fight
was
scene where I saw him be a bad man. Do you get me? Or
I think that was kind of the point of the film.
Yeah.
I think...
Do you think he's young?
I think
it's more of a focus on his humanity rather than his strengths.
Yes, no, but that's fine. But then show me just what Superman is, though.
Sure, but in what scenes will we have really gotten? Because I think we got that towards the end when he was fighting his clone, which I think was the appropriate time for us to see more of his strengths. Yeah. Before then, I think the focus was mainly on his humanity, because even when he was fighting the kaiju, it was just more so about making sure that the kaiju doesn't get hurt or injured or even
die,
or even dies. Because if we actually showed his true strength, then the kaiju would have got injured. So maybe we'll get more of his strengths in future films.
Yeah,
but I think the point or the focus on this film was more so Superman's humanity, and I think 100%. That's kind of why we also don't get that much Clark Kent, because it was more focused on Superman's humanity. And I would like to think that in future films we'll get a bit of a reverse on that. I don't know if that was what you wanted to say or add on to.
I would also say I think the fact he's so powerful is why he feels he has to hold back sometimes, and I think the point of that was to show that he can show restraint, despite the fact that no matter where he goes, there will be some form of like chaos and residue and destruction left behind, because that's what superheroes do when they're trying to save people. There's always going to be like leftover residue and chaos, and I think the point was to show that he doesn't have to use all his brute force, or he feels like he shouldn't use all his brute power. But I think
to your point as well, like you can see it with his clone at the end, right? Like you can see how powerful his clone is, and which kind of like shows you a glimpse of like, okay, cool, if Superman really wanted to, he could fuck up this whole thing right now. But
that's what I'm saying. I didn't even think that.
Why? Because Crypto was knocking the shit out of him as well.
Crypto was knocking him out of him.
The shit out of Superman. Bears. Like,
obviously,
that's some strong dog.
Crypto is a
Kryptonian dog.
Yeah. He is a fucking super dog. You get me? But yeah, like I don't know. I hear your point. So I do hope that we get to see a bit more of him aura farming. You know what I mean? Okay, that'd be cold. Yeah. But like, and then like every other.
You say some slang words like some random white people say black slang.
Damn.
The way you dropped aura farming right there was just.
I enjoyed it.
Like, yeah, you enjoy anything.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
Crazy work.
Do you not hear the way he dropped aura farming? Like,
I did it and smiled and looked at kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree though. Like, there was one or two scenes where I think the building scene where he saved the woman at the end,
the lady, yeah,
and then like as it's all crushing, he's just standing there
coming out the dust. That is aura farming.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
And low key, you see when the second kaiju appeared when it was a night, and he's just sitting there with his shoes. He was aura farming there as well.
Oh yeah.
That shot is an aura farming shot.
Yeah. He was like,
Sideman got it.
Yeah.
But it was like, but can we get on to It's up to you, obviously. But can we get onto Lex, fam?
Oh my.
Can do.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go on.
Nicholas Hoult, bruv. Okay, I can't lie. Yeah, number one. Yeah, you know what? Give it to him. That role is, I think, is I actually think it's more one-dimensional than people think. Okay, I've now watched Lex in every format I could think of: cartoon, animation, fucking Smallville, TV show, you get me? And I think what is amazing about it, okay, it's almost similar to playing like the Joker, right? Where like you can, it's all kind of the same foundational line, but there's small psychotic differences that can make that person. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think Nicholas Hoult, and I think like I saw James Gunn say that he was like, the core characteristics of a good Lex is planning. It's like he's a planner. Like he has a plan for 3 years before and 10 years after. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so he knows what he's going to do. Which it was actually he was answering a question about the end of the film. Lex is on the way to, what's going to happen. Ever he was like, what, you don't think that he's got a backup plan? Do you know what I'm saying? Of course he does. You know what I mean? But like, that is the foundational thing that we got from him, sick. And then after that, okay, it's the obsession and the reasoning behind his love/hate for Superman, and
love. That nigga is pure hating.
That's hatred.
Bro, no.
As a hater, I can tell you right now, that guy's hating.
I ain't never seen hate like this.
In Smallville, in Smallville, okay, Lex is actually consumed by the idea of Superman. Okay, like he loves it and he wants to be super. Whereas in this, okay, it's more that he hates, that he thinks, and this is the way that Gunn worded it, is that he thinks that anybody with that sort of power would want to conquer the world because it's what Lex would do.
Yeah.
So he's
he kind of like says it as well.
Yeah.
Within the film, like he goes on this whole monologue about like how the reason why he hates Superman is because he's jealous of him, but also it shines a light on how weak humans are.
Yeah.
And he's like, fuck, like as you said, like, because
like if he had the power, he'd be doing the matting.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like that obsession with everything around it. Okay. It was fantastic, and I hope that we see Lex in a non-Superman film. Like I hope that we see
really.
Him. Yeah. Like I feel like he's so fucking dynamic that I would like to see him in like a Suicide Squad or something along those lines. But yeah, man.
I think I gotta disagree, man. I wouldn't want to see him outside of the context of Superman. I think like you brought up the point of Joker as well, like just to kind of like go on as well.
Yeah.
Same way Joker is.
But we
without Superman, Batman.
But we saw Joker in what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix. Separate.
Okay. Also not a good film.
Chest piece moved. What? Oh yeah, you hate the film.
One thing I wanted to add to
both films.
to the Superman lore is obviously Nicholas Hoult originally tested for Superman.
For Superman.
So it adds to the hatred that he couldn't be.
They talked about it. They had done an interview together, and David asked him, "Was there any times that we've done a scene where you looked at me and thought that I could do this better?"
That's a great question.
He struggled to say it, but Nicholas Hoult eventually said that, yeah, but it's like any actor will think that way. They'll feel like I could do this better.
That's so funny because at the screening that we were at, okay, they done a long Q&A, right? And it was almost kind of like the same question, but it was actually David saying how having Nicholas Hoult as a scene partner was the most maddening experience. Like he was like, it felt like he was in fucking battle to get the best scene out every single time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Felt like it as well.
Yeah, and also Nicholas Hoult, like while like David was just fucking glazing him, okay, like Nicholas Hoult was just like sitting there going, yeah, that's me, man. Honestly, cool, bro. He was like, bro, same. Do you know what I'm saying? It was hilarious. But yeah, man, it's good energy, bro. And I love Lois Lane, by the way. I think she was a great casting because I don't even think for her acting, I think she looks like Lois Lane. I think she looks proper like Lois Lane. Like what I picture her in my head, perfect. But yeah.
What are your thoughts on Lex Luthor?
Yes, sir.
I think James Gunn tried to do a lot of real world mirroring with the characters, and some of the ideas that he told story-wise, and I think with Lex, he kind of epitomizes like the modern day sort of tech bro and the influence that they can have
For sure.
on the world.
sure.
And why they do what they do is normally driven by selfish reasons. It's driven by what they can do for themselves. It's driven by sort of ego and greed and power. Whether that's something that's ingrained in you or something that comes when you step into sort of that industry and that line of work. And I think you see that with some of like the social media stuff and the little monkeys typing away and all that sort of thing. Which I really, the bots, which I think was really cool. I think Nicholas Hoult brought to life that sort of visceral hater. It still felt a bit pantomimey, but I think it kind of works for...
Do you think the pantomime part played into the part where he's locking up his exes and his like employees that talk shit or something like that?
Yeah.
I thought that was so unnecessary, but then the point that you think you just made, maybe that's just that was it.
I think
it was a bit cheesy, isn't it?
It speaks to his character though. Yeah. He's a real ass hater. Like this guy will lock up.
He killed Malik.
The scene with it sounds so stupid. You know when I think Superman's just escaped and they're in his
in
office.
his office, yeah.
Yeah, and then the pencils, he knocks them on the floor and he's like, pick them up. And then they pick him up and he does it again.
Yeah. But I think again, if it fits the tone and the character of that film, like you mentioned, he's very much pantomime, and he does come across as, for lack of a word, like a Disney villain. When he had his ex-girlfriends locked up for petty reasons, it just highlights the type of person that Lex Luthor actually is. And again, if that scene, or we had that type of villain in a different DC film, I would have hated it. But because the tone is there for Lex Luthor's character to be like that, I was absolutely fine with it.
They killed Malik, man.
That, I mean, we'll probably get into it like in another.
When that happened, okay, I was like, okay, James is taking this to a whole different tone now. Here we go. I mean, we're back to being corny again. But that was
like just to quickly hop onto that. Like I think like that's probably where my negatives would be. Like I feel like not that I needed dark moments or anything like that, but I felt like we could have lingered. We could have.
We didn't see that, so that Superman woke up.
I feel like when something like, as you said, like when he killed Malik, right? I felt like we should have lingered on that moment a little bit more, just to kind of like show, like, okay, cool, he's a bit pantomimey, but like this guy's an evil guy at the end of the day. But I felt like he undercut that moment with like a joke.
He does it a few times.
He does it, yeah, exactly. He does it a few times throughout the film where like something like bad happens, or like even when they took away crypto at first, right? Like, and top tier rage beta, by the way.
Oh my, incredible!
But like,
you don't even know what was in that, do you?
Yeah. But no, but even
you're that white woman, bro.
No, but to just to kind of like wrap up real quick, like on that, like on the moments where we're supposed to kind of like linger a little bit more on those darker tones, I feel like he undercuts it with a quick like pun, or a quick, what's the word I'm looking for, like a witty joke or something like that. And I like, that was probably where my negatives would be, where I was just like, okay, cool. I feel like it felt like he was scared to be real for a second, you know what I mean? And not that it took away from the film, but like I would say like that's the one thing that I noticed, where I was like, oh, okay.
I thought the supporting cast were great as well.
Yes.
Obviously, I know you guys want to talk about Eddie Gaffecki as Mr. Terrific. I thought he was great. He had a show-stealing scene. His character was sharp. He was witty. He was also very like stoic at the same time. So there's sort of this the defensiveness that makes you want to know more about him. But at the same time, you can see a lot about his character as well. And I think the great thing with the Justice Gang is that going forward, I want to see more.
Yeah.
I don't, and I went into
Nathan Fillion as the Green Lantern.
I was scared at first.
I don't like Nathan Fillion as an actor too tough.
Me too.
Same.
But like,
he was good.
But he was good. I mean, he was also good in the Guardians Galaxy, like his cameo in there.
But again,
It's a cameo.
It's a cameo. I know it's a cameo, but like him as I don't know which Lantern he played though.
He played Gardner, which is like it's like the joke lantern. So it's like basically like the way that Gunn or in the comic books is that if you had like a galactal issue and you had to call 100 lanterns, he would be number 99. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He would have been the guy that
so
you
he's
would
not.
pattern with. In the comic books, okay, he's constantly like bullied by the Green
Lantern Corps and stuff like
that he learned how to use his ring like super late. Okay, do you know what I'm saying? And then he actually settled on Earth because he got like mad creative and people were like, oh, this is so cool, da, da, da. And he felt like appreciated, and
you could see that as well, like when I'm fighting the kaiju with the middle fingers, when he's fighting the kaiju, right? Like to kind of like chain him up, he gave him oven mints, and he's like telling Hooker like, look, I made oven mints. And it's like,
oven mints, man.
Their relationship was interesting. I think they were all great. I think Hawk Girl was probably sidelined out of the three of them.
But she's gonna get a whole other thing. So,
but I think Isabella Merced is like a rising star, so she's gonna play a big role going forward. She was in The Last of Us quite recently. She
plays Ellie's girlfriend. Or Ellie's babe.
She's Dina.
She was in Alien Romulus, Instant Family.
She was good in that.
She was good in that too, yeah.
She played Dora the Explorer.
Also.
Oh, she's in Sicario as well. Right, that's where I know her from. I think she's the daughter in Sicario.
Is it?
Part 2. If you see part 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's also.
I thought about one that got shot up.
She's also, correct me if I'm wrong here, kids. She's also in the since deleted Batgirl film, or she was at least touted to be Batgirl and then didn't get the job.
No, because Ruby, not Ruby Rose, Ruby. What's her name?
God damn it,
Ruby something.
Yeah, but like.
Oh, I think you know about the one that was in John Wick.
There's another one.
Yeah.
The woman you're on.
Is that Ruby Rose?
Yeah.
Okay.
As well.
What's the other Ruby I was thinking of?
Really?
And Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. She was Batgirl in the
Well,
deleted.
yeah. So I'm saying that she was either like about to get it and then didn't get it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says prior to her role, Hawk Girl casting, she had been in the running to play the lead role in Batgirl.
Yeah. So like she's always been in kind of for Gunn's mind anyway. For
and
like,
Warner Bros shelved it for a tax break.
Yeah, man.
Bro,
I actually think we'll get that film soon.
I don't think so.
They've
already
like
shelved
5-10 years. It's been shot and fucking edited.
They finished the film, but they got rid of it, or they.
Shelf means it's on some hard drive, bro.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't think they can legally put it out now. For like, you've already have given it away for a tax break. Surely there's going to be some legal implications there. I don't think we're going, but we're getting away from the point here.
Stylistically, quickly, what did you guys think of the film from like a visual perspective? There were some moments I really liked, and some I was 50-50 on it from that perspective. But
I agree. I think it was a bit. Like you said, it was bright, it was colourful, it was really, really cool. I felt like they didn't do his what's his HQ called again? His Fortress of Solitude.
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they've done that justice. I think it looked cool when it
comes out.
Yeah, but then it was like one room for like.
It felt small enough.
It felt so small. Do you know what I'm saying? And like, I remember in like Man of Steel, there's all these obviously you see the crystals, the Kryptonian crystals. Okay, where that activates pretty much everything, right? It's like and it's like you saw them there, but like none of it was put into use. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw like the robots kind of move them up and down a tiny bit, but yeah, it just felt really, really small. So like I feel like that could have been done a little better, like 100%. And then also on the Lex side of things, okay, I wish we saw more of Lex's his power in tech. I feel like we got like nice.
I think we got.
Well, didn't he open portals and dimensions? I think that's kind of powers to get.
I'm saying for like
little things.
Luthor Corp.
For Luthor Corp.
Okay.
Yeah. Because like that's like, do you remember in Man of Steel, like the first thing you see is Jesse Eisenberg thing. Playing basketball downstairs, right? Yeah. Okay, blah blah blah, and then obviously from that he goes into this lab of like of kryptonite and whatever. And
you're trying to see the money.
Exactly. So there's like you're seeing like his wealth, his intelligence, okay, his science. Do you know what I mean? Okay, whereas like we didn't get to see that with Lex because we're almost at the execution of his plan, right? So we're not seeing him build anything or do anything, right? So visually in that aspect, I only really saw him in like 3-4 different scenes where it looked different. Do you know what I mean? But I wish that we got a wider view of Lex's world for sure. But again, I get that wasn't the point of the story.
Yeah. I mean, stylistically, I thought it was great. I think, again, James Gunn always has a love for putting bright things in front of our faces, which is kind of like an aesthetic that I always love. I also thought that the costuming was great, especially for Mr. Terrific. I thought he looked sick as hell. And
Metamorpho.
Yeah, Metamorpho as well was really good. Great CGI work, I think, within the film.
Did you hear about his dog? About a crypto? It's actually
actually his dog. Yeah. Again,
it's based on his dog.
Yeah,
he's based.
He was saying that he took videos of his dog.
Yeah.
So you see the scene, the opening scene of when he's jumping on Superman.
Yeah.
He goes, that's actually his dog jumping on his cat.
Oh.
Yeah, he goes. He gave that footage to them, and they're like, "Yeah, go on."
Yeah, do something with it.
Yeah,
No, but like stylistically, I thought it was really good. Like the costuming is great. Like even the little touches that speak to their character. Like a guy like the Green Lantern, he's got like a little gold tooth that you see every now and again, and it kind of like speaks to his character because like especially within film, like most characters that have like a gold tooth, they're a little bit scumbaggy.
Yeah,
not always. Just a tiny bit.
But they just might have something about them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say
no. Something about it, but like I'm talking about within the context of film, not in real life.
I'm sure you sure you're not stereotyping there, bro?
Oh no, it's 100% stereotype. But that's why I'm saying it.
Exactly.
Like within film, they usually
stereotyping a particular group of people, brother.
What people who go to are scumbags.
That's cool. Continue.
Oh, he means blacks.
Oh yeah, specifically the blacks. No. But like within the context of film, like it shows that you're like you can still be a very good character, but like there is a little bit of like I guess maybe scumbag is the wrong word, but cheekiness about you, if that makes sense. Like, and I think that little touch kind of like exemplified that, and you could see it within the character as well, and then like especially his dumb little haircut as well.
I think the camera moves in a very interesting way in a lot of the scenes. A lot of it worked for me. There was a few scenes where I was like, but I get it. It was like the comic book stuff, you know.
Which
the scene
in particular?
So like when Lex was walking through in Superman's lair or whatever, and you can see like some of the weapons flying around, and Lex Luthor's like walking past, and it's like this is a bit corny, but again, it works within the context of the film, so it's not like I can complain about it. I was just like, do you know what I mean?
I see.
But I think for the most part, the camera moves in a very interesting and complex way, especially like in some of the scenes that were quite like intimate between two characters. I think you mentioned Lex Luthor and some of the people that he had scenes with. The scene in Lois and Clark in the apartment again, where it kind of like felt a bit invasive at times because it's like documentary style-esque, where it was like moving in a way where we're capturing. I felt like I shouldn't have been in part of their conversation, even when they were like lipsing up on the when they were lipsing up on the couch or whatever, like
kitchen,
no, at the beginning.
No, it's not
in the apartment.
Oh, in the apartment, yeah.
And it captures just different aspects of their dynamic in that room. I think it was a good film from a dynamic and sort of camera work perspective.
Yeah.
Any flaws for you guys before we wrap up the episode? Okay.
Awful actors.
Whoa, that's harsh.
Oh,
they were so dead, bro.
I think they.
Fair.
Bro, they were
did
so
nothing for me.
I mean, they were the weakest part.
His
but I
dad
think
spoke so slowly, bruv. Clark, my boy, you people. But hurry up! Get to the point.
Oh man, that like I mean,
nah, it just wasn't.
That man looked like he had years on him.
Like
And
it just,
also not
it
many
just,
years left.
Years
it
left,
just wasn't. Yeah, bro. That's crazy, you know.
Do you think there's a bit of like southern bias there because you know they speak a certain way and
No,
Yeah.
hell no.
Oh no, they
Oh,
try
no.
to push that though. Yeah.
I actually think here that the southern accent is inspiring when spoken well. Honestly, okay. I actually think any accent when you do like a speech, okay, it's he was trying to give like Clark like some kind words in that, yeah, and I just didn't believe him. It was like and that's the thing. It's the first time, okay, in a while, okay, where like I looked at someone and obviously he's a very much a support cast, and I was like, doesn't this guy die like in every Superman orientation ever? So why are we waiting? Just get rid of him.
Also, he's following
You know what I mean?
he's following up Kevin Costner. So it's a bit like okay. Fair.
And bro, Kevin Costner was inspiring, fam.
But
Okay,
that's Kevin Costner's like charm though.
But then the film didn't give us any other opportunity to get to know them other than that scene and the beginning.
On the
The
phone.
scene when they're on the phone,
Yeah.
which you know
He didn't
works.
say anything, innit?
It seemed to work for a lot of people that I watched the film with. They seem to really find that scene funny. I think which also then speaks to our sort of biases towards a particular way people speak, and because you know James Gunn would have done that intentionally.
I wasn't even mad at that scene. It was everything after that scene.
But they only had the other scenes.
they only had they didn't have much after.
I was
A
gonna.
headache, fam.
Did you guys like leave the like cinema and think like that you watched like hope almost? You know, trying to say what Superman like is.
Yeah,
Hope. You know what I'm trying to say?
no, 100%.
Did I leave with hope?
Not hope, but like feel like you saw like a good portrayal of that. Like, all right, cool. That was like
Like what Superman symbolizes.
Exactly,
Is that
yeah.
what you got from?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because I feel like for the past decade, I know it's a Snyderverse, but I didn't get that.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
I rewatched some of the Superman films over the weekend.
Same. Not over the weekend, but like last week.
Hedge.
What bad?
They're not bad. They're just like
They're nothing.
they're
nothing.
I don't,
Like,
You don't feel
like,
that
they're
whole
not- like when I
I actually feel bad for Henry Cavill because I actually think I think
think Henry
good.
Cavill
I think
is
he's
a good.
cool.
I think
he's
I
good,
think he was a decent Superman. I think
he's a good
he's been
Superman.
let down by the
cool.
writing. I think he was let down by the writing.
I think he's
personally.
cool, bro. I think he's cool. He's all right, man.
Nah, but I think that's
He's
because.
good,
But I think that's
man.
because the character writing and everything
He's not
let him down.
bad.
Because I think he's a good actor, and I think
Definitely.
I don't. Because I was saying this to Kizza, like I think this is the best Superman that we've gotten on screen.
Easy.
Yeah.
Uh,
They talk about Christopher Reeves, but I haven't watched that.
Yeah.
So
They-
I can't
What?
speak to
Why
it.
not?
They were-
Watch it.
Hatred.
You're supposed to be
no, we're talking about films from like
certified
70s.
cinema boy.
That is true. And
Christopher
I,
Reeves isn't.
you know what? I'm gonna go home.
You're gonna go watch it now. You feel challenged.
Yeah.
Isn't that the? Isn't
When
that
is the
that's
Christopher Reeves
the,
one?
that's the 70s Superman.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't. That's the one that they talk about being the gold standard.
Is that Superman 1?
I think Superman Returns. No, it's, it might
Superman
be,
Returns in 2000s.
Yeah,
that's
Superman Returns in 2000. I haven't seen those, to be fair. I'll say that much. But like, if we're talking about the 70s ones, like
Yeah, Superman. It's
I think-
Superman, that's the one. Yeah.
it's nostalgia bias, personally. That like
That's
that's
nostalgia about you when you haven't seen it.
I have seen them.
Oh, sorry.
I've seen the 70s Superman, like
That's
1, 2, and 3,
literally- Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Like,
That's
I've-
what they
I've
say.
seen them.
I have not seen it.
and
But
it's
I've heard that
nostalgia
it's
bias.
the gold
Personally,
standard.
it's like when people say like, "Oh, Star Wars Episode 4 is the best one." It's not, but fine. It's absolute nostalgia bias. They are good. Don't get me wrong, but like I think David's portrayal is the best one. I feel like Henry Cavill could have given us this if his writing was
The
better.
same as Ben Affleck has had the same reason why he's the best Batman we've ever gotten, you know, and
But
he
he's
just,
not.
He just wasn't given.
He's not though, is he?
Wasn't given-
Henry Cavill is not the
Ben
best.
Affleck is not the best
Ben
Superman.
Affleck is not the best Batman, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't say that Henry Cavill
No,
was the best Superman.
I'm saying that.
Alright, okay. But
Carl Affleck was a good Batman. He just had
Ben Affleck
poor.
was
He had
Batman.
poor stories.
But he was not the
just wasn't
best.
given it.
Who is? Oh, you're Bellboy, innit?
No,
Robert.
fucking Robert.
Robert.
You're Robert. boy.
That's my
Oh,
guy.
you're
That's my
gang.
dog.
Pat,
That's my
Pat is the one.
Rob Pat
I
is
would
my
give
goat.
I would give it to Rob Pat
He's on a roll, by the way.
before I give it to him.
I literally the other day I just looked at his.
Yeah,
I'll
he-
give-
That's
I'll-
also
I'll
crazy,
give-
by the
I'll
way.
give it to Keaton before I give it to Bill.
Before you get to Bale, you said, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it to Keaton before I give it to Bill.
Really?
100%.
Okay, do you know what?
Would you
I might
want
need to
Robert
do that.
Pattinson in this Batman universe?
No.
No,
No way. No way. No
I
way.
disagree with all everyone talking about. Oh, it would work. No.
No, that wouldn't.
Keep
Clear.
that away from me.
Keep
Absolutely not.
that
It will not
nigga
work.
clear.
Because one of them will have to sacrifice, and the tone will have to be completely different.
Yeah,
to
like
one of their
what-
characters.
yeah, exactly.
I love Robert Pattinson's Matt Reeves the Batman. I love the tone for that character, and I love James Gunn's Superman's tone for this Superman. Don't mix and match, bro. We don't need that whatsoever. Not everything has to be.
That's a
fucking
No,
multiverse,
you
bro.
know, yes.
I mean, you're gonna get a multiverse though.
No, we'll get a
Yeah, but
multiverse.
I don't need Matt Reeves involved in that. Leave that alone.
That can be a separate entity. isn't it?
Leave that
Yes.
alone, bro.
I don't even think that Matt Reeves would agree to it.
Which makes no sense.
Who would you want as the next Batman for Batman, Brave and the Bold?
It's crazy. I can't even think of that right now.
Yeah, I can't write
Let's
that one.
make him black.
They have the chance to do the funniest thing and just bring back Ben Affleck.
But again, that wouldn't work.
Yeah,
That
he's
wouldn't
too
work.
gritty.
That wouldn't work. I'd
He's too
rather
Ben
do
Affleck
a
is-
multi
Ben Affleck
version
is too what?
Ben
Oh,
Affleck's too scarred.
gritty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Will it not
Yeah.
depend
Agree.
though on the next couple of movies from the DC now to see if he lets like you were saying earlier, if he lets directors kind of do what they want in terms of
True.
tone.
Then
Because then you'll then be like, all right, cool. Depending on the director and the tone of that Batman is who we would want to be cast.
so every single film from now on just gets darker and darker and darker until the point we can.
No.
Until
Like
we can
light,
bring
dark, medium,
Batman.
medium, light, dark,
No, but
light,
that's the
dark,
thing.
medium.
Because obviously Supergirl's next, right?
Yeah.
Sure, but I'm saying for Superman specifically, in this universe and this version, I don't need a darker toned the Batman to be on it. I can't see a Ben Affleck alongside David.
Yeah, that one's not
Yeah.
gonna work.
I can't imagine that.
No.
So I can't see that in the same universe.
Interesting. Fair enough. Let's give our scores for James Gunn's Superman movie 2025. And this maybe I've got another question for you guys after.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, Manny, what would you give it out of? I think we've done 10, so let's do 10.
Giving it a 7. I might change it to 7.5, but right now I'm on a 7.
Huss,
7, third best film of the year.
Okay. Jason?
Giving it an 8.
Okay, I've got it at 7 as well. And the other question is roughly where would it rank? You've already told us. Where would it rank? No, I mean you've saved me some time. To be fair, where would it rank for you guys out of the films you've seen this year, roughly? At a guesstimate estimate.
Maybe like 5th.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. Jason,
hovering 5th, 6th.
Actually, yeah. What I was saying third. Yeah, probably like 5th to 6th. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think I have it 5th, 6th ish
of the year. Yeah,
but once we look back at the year, it'll be
exactly
interesting.
It might stay in my top 10.
There's still films coming out this year as well. My undisputed number 1, Him. It's not out yet, but I bet my house on that film. Bro.
Fair dude. The film's not even out yet, bro.
I bet my house on it.
Bro, my undisputed number 1, Fantastic Four.
You're gonna feel the same way about him that I felt about Man of Steel, because Christopher Nolan produced Man of Steel, so I was very excited. Watch that piece of shit film.
Okay,
let me not exaggerate. It's not. It's actually a decent film.
I didn't know Christopher Nolan produced it.
Yeah, me too. I don't know either.
Man of Steel
That's what I was so excited for it. That's the one thing I remember Man of Steel. I'm excited because of Christopher Nolan.
Do you mean of the
Snyderverse? The Man of Steel is the best one out of them all.
Well, Batman vs.
That's probably the worst.
Superman.
Why do people hate Batman vs Superman?
I love that film. Do you know why I love it? Okay, because the story of how Batman and how they hate each other is a wavy story. Like that's a wavy story. Like they got them to hate each other, okay, on a technicality, fam. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was really, really smart.
Bear in mind though, I hate Gal Gadot, so like that's also bringing the movie down.
Okay, fair enough. Bloody hell.
Cool.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
It's kind of like appropriate we're all wearing black because the James Gunn universe shits on Snyderverse. And we're here for his funeral.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right, God damn it.
That's a dark ending to the pod.
A good way to end it, yeah.
If you're a fan of the pod, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell as well, as I think Mo says on the Small Time Critics. I'll start that from you, sorry, bro. But yeah, make sure to subscribe as well, so you're kept up to date with all the shorts, with all the uploads on a weekly basis. There's always going to be some new content. We've got like a load of stuff coming up for you in the next couple of weeks and months. It's a busy summer, so yeah, make sure to do that. Make sure to comment on the socials as well. And if you've got ideas for episodes, like, you know, you want us to talk about a particular TV series, or you want us to talk about a particular character or a particular sort of topic that you've seen that you think we could dive into, always open to those suggestions as well. So make sure to do so.
Yes,
that's the post-credit scene. Over and out. Boom.
Wow.
Pew, pew, pew.
Fantastic, guys.
Yo, Fantastic Four's would be crazy though.
You didn't bet this.
It'll be better than this.
I'm not gonna hold you.
Really? I don't know.
It's a good bet to bet your house on.
Bro, it will be better than this.
I like a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not better than this.
I wouldn't be mad.
Fantastic Four will be better than Superman.
I would welcome it. If it's better than Fantastic Four.
I could be wrong. Could be absolutely bullshit.
I don't think this is bullshit, but I think this is gonna be better.
What is gonna be bullshit?
I think this is gonna be better than No.
Sorry.
I said we
As
don't
in
think
Fantastic Four
it's
is
not
gonna
going to be bullshit. We don't think it is, but I think this is still going to be better than Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a crazy shot. I don't think it's a crazy
Yeah,
shot.
I'm saying that I wouldn't be surprised if Fantastic Four is better, but I'm also wouldn't be surprised if.
Hi, I'm Lashana Lynch, and you are listening to the Post Credit Scene podcast.